Disappointed in the lack of turnovers. Obviously had a couple of opportunities there and didn't finish on the ball. Didn't think we played particularly well in the back end of our defense. We've got to improve there. Still too many mistakes, too many mental errors, and we've got to be able to clean that up. Special teams wise, we missed a field goal. We kick a kickoff out of bounds, and there wasn't much opportunity other than that in the punt and punt return game. But got to continue to improve there. When you look at Georgia this week, I think it's one of the better teams that I've seen in college football over the last couple of years. I think these guys have a lot of team speed. They're big. They're physical at the line of scrimmage and out on the perimeter. They've got good running backs, good skill players, get the guys the ball, give you multiple looks on the defensive side, create a lot of negative plays. In special teams, because of their athleticism, they've got good returners. They've got good speed, and they're physical on the coverage team, so they don't have a weakness. And it'll be a tremendous challenge for us, but something that we're looking forward to.
All right, we'll start with questions. We'll go to Blake Topmeyer, followed by David Oven.
Hey, Jeremy, I'm just wondering what your assessment of your defense is through 2 weeks. What are some things that you've liked and some areas that maybe you want to see improved going forward?
Well, been very inconsistent, particularly in the back end. If you put stress on your back end, you've got to be able to eliminate big plays. And I felt like from a technical standpoint, we really need to improve there. We need to improve with our eyes. I felt like having our eyes in the wrong spot got us in trouble in several plays on Saturday, and that's just it goes back to eye discipline. So we got to be looking at the right stuff, and we need to get more turnovers.
And then I was wondering if you had an update on Jameer Johnson or Elijah Simmons.
I didn't hear the question, Blake. Who?
Sorry, if you had an update on Jameer Johnson, who didn't play Saturday, or Elijah Simmons, who left the game.
Yeah, I think both of those guys will be available this week.
David Oven, that is. You there? Tell you what, we'll go to David Pascal next.
Jeremy, you said all along this summer how proud you were of Cade Mays and how he's handled everything. What do you say to him this week now that it's sure to be a unique situation?
Well, I know Cade's really happy that he's getting a chance to play. He's very thankful for that. He went against most of these guys every single day, and when you're a competitor on both sides of the ball, won't be no different for the kids from Georgia. They're used to going against Cade, and Cade's used to going against them, so they'll be real familiar with each other.
David Oven, you there?
Yeah, sorry, my Zoom crashed. Jeremy, what right now about this team comes forward for the rest of the season?
Dave, you cut out just a little bit. Can you ask me again?
Yeah, what about this team as you move forward the rest of the season gives you the most confidence?
Well, their willingness to work. They're very coachable. They understand that we're not playing at the level that we feel like we're capable of playing. They understand that we've got to go to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to improve. There's lots of things from a technical aspect that we need to really improve on. We need to improve on our effort and finishing.
Go to Brent Hubbs and then Gustavo.
Coach, do you feel like you'll have more personnel in the secondary this week? Bryce Thompson will be back 100%. Do you anticipate having Sean Schamberger? And then the second question is, how physical do you think your football team is right now in terms of the physicality they play with?
Well, we should be gaining some guys back, but listen, as we all know, with the testing 3 days a week, it's hard to predict what's going to happen. So we continue to work a lot of different guys. If we would have played today, Bryce probably would have been able to play the entire time, so he should be ready to go. And from a physicality standpoint, we need to improve in a lot of areas. That would be one of them. When we talk about sustaining and finishing, I just didn't see us finishing blockers, finishing runners. On the perimeter, it's not to the level that we want to be at.
Gustavo?
Good afternoon, Coach. There's a lot of the situations that the team needs to improve, and how do you see, the challenges facing a top 4 team in the country? Do you think you're addressing those issues because you're going to face a much tougher challenge this weekend?
Well, I've said before, Georgia's got a really good football team. They're very well coached. They've got good players, and they're going to be there Saturday. We need to focus on the things that we can control, which is us, and we have lots of things that we need to work on, and we started working on them last night, and we'll continue through the rest of the week.
All right, Austin Price followed by Eric Kane.
Coach, it felt like Wanye had a pretty good game Saturday. When you went back and watched the film, did that kind of appear that way to you? And then Richard Accounts got a lot of game reps under his belt at Georgia. What do you respect about his game? What does he do well?
Wanye, he played better this week than he did last week, and he should. He didn't have near enough practices to be ready to play at a high level the first week. He got 3 more this past week. He'll get 3 more this week, so we need him to continue to improve. Richard's a guy that's played a lot of ball there at Georgia. He's a guy that makes plays in the back end. He's really good, has good eyes, breaks on the ball well, good tackler, so good football player.
Aaron?
Jeremy, you went to that jumbo package on offense early and often in that first half and continued on throughout the game. After going back and reviewing that package on offense, what did you like, what did you not like? And is this something that we should expect moving forward this season?
Well, I felt like the way Missouri plays defense, it probably gave us the best opportunity to ensure that we would have a chance to block everybody in the box for them. They really put a lot of guys up there, and it gave us the best opportunity Saturday. So we'll pick and choose how we use it as the season goes on.
Go to Teresa Walker, then Mike Wilson.
Coach, have you had a chance to look at Georgia's Stetson Bennett yet, and how different or what he brings to the table for the Bulldogs?
Well, he obviously is a smart young man. You can see him getting in and out of plays. He moves wide receivers. If they've got somebody that they can't block on the perimeter, he gets them in position, gets the ball out of his hand, doesn't take sacks, plays with confidence. Got a lot of respect for him, by the way he's played in the 2 games that he's come in. And you can see that his teammates have confidence in him also.
Mike? Mike Wilson, you there?
Yep, sorry. Jeremy, I was just wondering what you thought of Jalen McCullough's day the other day, now that he got a full game and has had some time under him. And also Theo Jackson at Star, how you felt there.
Well, I think all these guys got to play at a higher level. I believe as the more they practice, they'll improve. And we've got to do that. Our competition's going to continue to improve every week, and we got to raise our level of play in the back end.
Just to follow up, do you think that some of those back end issues are tied into Bryce being banged up and not having a veteran like Sean Schamberger out there?
Well, there's probably a lot of reasons. I'd say the first one probably starts with is us as coaches. We've got to do a better job coaching them up. Players need to have better discipline and looking at the right stuff. We've got to be more fundamentally sound in the techniques that we use. And most of the guys that we have that are playing, they've played a lot of ball for us. So it's not like it's their first time. So we've got to create the right habits every day in practice so it shows up on game day.
All right, Rob Lewis and then David Hale.
Coach,
Coach, 230 yards on the ground the other day, big jump from the first weekend. Just what did you see from the backs and the offensive line that made things so successful?
Well, I feel like we were committed to running the football, and that gave us an opportunity to do that. I also feel like we left a lot of yards out there. You know, we ran one particular play 10 times in the game, and we only blocked it right 4 times. So we've got to eliminate those mistakes to give us a chance to have more success.
Hey, Jeremy, I'm curious. I mean, you guys have obviously made such huge progress over the last year, but those wins have not obviously been against the big names like Georgia. Are you a believer in sort of needing a signature win like this to establish a program? And do you ask your guys to embrace something like that moment, or do you kind of want them to consider it just the next game on the schedule?
Well, we really don't control the schedule. You know, we play who's the next team on our schedule. Our team has continued to improve over the last couple of years, and we've got to continue to do that. We're nowhere where we want to be. You know, we understand the teams that are in this league, the teams that have had success, and you know, when you watch week in and week out, the teams that consistently play the right way, whether it's securing the football or taking the football away, not making mental mistakes, and really playing with an edge, with toughness and effort and all the intangibles. The teams that can do that over and over and over and sustain, they're the ones that have success in this league.
All right, Vince Farrar, followed by David Oken.
Coach, Georgia really got after Bo Nix and Auburn and had great success at the line of scrimmage defensively. What do you see in them that makes them so good defensively, especially getting after the quarterback?
Well, it starts with having good players. They've got good players. They're very multiple with their schemes. They do a really nice job playing man-to-man. They denied the ball. They mix in a lot of different looks. So you gotta protect the quarterback. You got to be able to establish a run game a little bit to take pressure off the quarterback. And you know, you got to be able to throw and catch the football. And it's going to be tight windows. It always is against teams that play good defense in this league. You know, I've said it many a times. You know, the defensive backs place the limitations on the defense. They've got good defensive backs, and they put a lot of pressure on them.
David Oken.
Jeremy, the heavy pack that you guys have been using, one, what do you guys call it? And two, whose idea was that? Where'd that come from?
Well, Jim's been doing this for a long time, so obviously it's his idea. What we call it, I have no idea. The name that we use might be 12 heavy. I don't know.
All right, we'll go to Ryan Shumpert and Bailey Johnson.
Hey, Coach, can you just talk a little bit about what you've seen from your defensive line in the first 2 weeks and the challenge you'll have this Saturday facing Georgia again?
We need to be more consistent up front. Need to play harder. Need to strain for a longer period of time. You know, I think we need to be tied in together with the linebackers and the outside linebackers. I mean, our football team, we've got a long ways to go. We've got to continue to work hard to improve. And you know, knowing our players and our people on our staff, they're going to work hard to do that.
Bailey?
Hi, Jeremy. I'm just wondering, when Kate Mace and his lawyers say that Georgia was a toxic environment, what do they mean by that, and what are they referring to?
Well, I have no idea. I was not involved in those conversations.
We'll go to Teresa Walker and then Trey Wallace.
Jeremy, when you talk about needing to continue to improve, how big is the offensive line going to be a part of that improvement, and how good can that unit end up being this season?
Well, there's not one position on our team that doesn't need to improve. You know, we've got to work hard to do that. You know, and particularly the offensive line. They understand that they need to work harder. They need to practice better. They need to finish better in practice. The way you practice is the way you play. So it's our entire team. So we got to work hard this week at practice to create the right habits so we can sustain and do it for a long period of time.
Jeremy, when you go back and look at film tape on Garantano and his receivers, what did you take away from that? How would you say that Garantano performed? And also, what did you think of the receivers getting open in space? Do you think they're getting better at that since they're working more together?
Well, I didn't feel like we got away from man coverage very good on Saturday. We need to improve at the wide receiver position. We need to play faster. We need to create some separation at the top of routes, and make sure we line up properly. That gives us an opportunity to have success. There's probably 2 plays in the game that I wish we would have thrown the ball away that we didn't, that could have possibly been turnovers, and we can't have those plays.
Last question, Ryan Shelford.
Hey, Coach, you were just saying that you didn't really like how your receivers played against man defense. How big of a concern is that going into Saturday against a team that plays as much man and as effectively as Georgia does?
Well, it's I believe it's a challenge for them, because they will get man coverage not only this week, every week in this league, right? It's the way this league is. The windows are very small. There's very little zone coverage. It's tight windows, and you got to be able to separate, and you got to be able to make contested catches.
All right, thank y'all very much. We'll have players tomorrow, and we'll send out that link.
Thank y'all.